Hey guys, so John here from Aspire, and today I'm joined by Phu.
Hi, man. Phu from Aspire. Nice to meet you. So let's get going.
Alright, so this month we're talking about fitness and the different aspects, I guess, that we're trying to include in fitness. And Phu and I are going to have a quick chat today about mobility.
And flexibility.
So, I guess the first place to start is, what is the difference between mobility and flexibility?
Alright, so usually people tend to use these two words like interchangeable, but actually when you talk about mobility, it's about the ability to how to move your muscle or a muscle group through the joint socket, through the range of motion. And flexibility is just how your muscle can stretch passively in the range of motion.
Yeah. So I guess when we're talking about this then, how can we improve our mobility and flexibility going forwards?
Alright, so with flexibility, the easiest way is stretching, as people know. So it's just kind of like a little bit, how would you call it? It's like alter your viscoelastic properties of your muscle, but it's usually just temporary. So you have to get through a certain amount of time to get that range into your system.
So what sort of stretching would you do there? Is it more sort of dynamic? Is it more PNF? What would be your recommendations?
It depends on what the goal is, because if you want to get let's say split, the most famous stretch is the Van Damme middle split, then you just actually have to get through that, because your body will kind of first refuse to go into the range, because it's kind of defense mechanism, right? Stretch reflex. But once you get through it more and more, then your body can tolerate the stretch reflex much more, and hence then you become more tolerant and you can get deeper in the range of motion. While with mobility, you need to be really active and really activate the part that you want to actually get the range, because it's kind of combined between flexibility and strength combined.
Yeah, so is that where the isometrics that we do and the activating comes in?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we always do at the beginning, all the Spider-Man, at the beginning, or even wall sit, because it's engage all your muscle and you will get strength, get stronger and also get more range of motion.
Yeah, and I guess as well that starts to help any sort of muscular imbalances that are limiting.
Yeah, and also injury prevention, longevity, health, and the joint health. Yeah.
As we're working through that and we're improving that mobility and that flexibility, what sort of benefits? Why? I mean, I guess you've already mentioned injury and stuff is pretty obvious, but
exactly. And always try to get more into the mobility side, because when people go totally into passive stretch, for example, I have really low big range of motion in squat, and when I squat down until the end, I don't feel any tension, so I could literally stay for 10 hours, but it doesn't build your strength, and it's going to improve in the long run in your life, in your strength, in your daily life. So I would suggest to always think more towards mobility rather than flexibility, in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome. So as you said, building up that strength, get much more active styles of stretching, more dynamic, and just keep working on that range of motion.
And also at the beginning of the session, try not to do the passive stretch, because we don't want your muscle to lengthen way before it needs.
So passive stretch meaning just holding a position for
without engaging the muscle, and most of the time is using the gravity to get the range of motion rather than squeeze your muscle to get the range of motion.
Awesome tip there, man.
All right, man.
Cool, guys. So I hope you guys found that useful. Mobility, flexibility. Put some of that into action next time you're here with us training.
Let us know how it is.